It's gonna be tough
And
for him.
Newrod looks great this morning. You really like your outfit, don't you?
Yes, it's really good. This is perfect.
Are you going to be okay filming with that big thing on your back? Turn around.
I mean, it's inflatable, so it's not it's not like it's heavy.
Look at you, Anu.
Okay, doing good.
You're made for that outfit.
It's a good outfit.
Okay, so
last time a man told me not to cross the streams was he was standing next to me in the urinal.
this is Eric, everybody. This is who I've been wanting you to meet for so long. Yeah, I look ridiculous, and I this is what Elsa looks like at 50. This is number one thing I'm going to tell you before I show you. And I'm so cold that Elsa has to wear a Vax top because it's too freezing. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my Vax top off for a second so that you can see how ridiculous I
good.
look.
It's cold out
The
there.
back doesn't even do up. Inappropriate colour.
All right.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
So it is very stupid.
But she
Just
doesn't.
let it
She
go.
warms hearts. She doesn't freeze them.
This is the best I can do on the hair. I really want you to meet these people because I love Eric and I love Miranda, and we've known each other. Eric and I have known each other for quite a long time. I can't even think how long it's trying to think about it, but it's going back over the years.
When was your first visit to Autism One? Do you remember that?
Years ago.
Well, that was when we first interviewed you for Fair Autism Media.
And I'll tell you what I was doing. I was doing the Billboard, the Autism Mothers campaign, do you remember? And you interviewed me on that.
Yeah.
That's what happened. So however long ago that is when...
And then I got to be part of the Autism Fathers campaign.
You did, and you've been... Eric's done a lot of filming with Andy and I on the Autism Media channel over the years.
Yeah. That was fun. Yeah, Andy would fly me all over the place.
Yeah, it was great. And I remember you filming Kim Stagliano when we gave her that award.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a
Kim's awesome.
And also Eric is in Vaxxed. And Eric did when we did the Hear This Well, Eric did his piece which is in Vaxxed, and Donald Trump actually retweeted.
Yeah.
That was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah. Somebody tagged him in a tweet, and he retweeted it and appended his comment and said, "Very sad." You know, but my story, sad as it may be, is one of millions, and the reason why we have this movement, call it what you will, call it anti-vax, call it vaccine safety, it exists not because of Dr. Wakefield, causing a ruckus 18 years ago, but because there's a lot of families that were severely affected, and here we are, and we're not silent, and we will never be silent. My name's Eric Nanstill. I'm a single father, and I am raising this gorgeous 18-year-old, severely autistic, severely developmentally delayed young woman named Miranda Rose. She's a little shy at the moment.
She's really excited to be on the bus.
Yeah. She was born perfect in November of 1998, and by early December of 99... Sure.
The camera's freaking out.
The camera's freaking out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Super weird.
Uh-oh. Well, while we're waiting, I think Superman might be ready to come out. Are we all ready for this? Are you ready, Miranda? Superman is coming out. Come on, Superman. Uh-oh, the music.
Alright, I'm back.
Wait 1 second. I think we're going to do Superman first. Alright, we're ready, Superman. Look at you.
Hello, Lois. I'm going to turn that back now.
Oh, it has a cape.
It has a cape, of course.
So, it was an open package, and this is all that came with it.
Yeah, the pants didn't come, so we got a bit of a Superman and jeans.
Pantsless Superman. Okay.
Alright, are you going out?
Do you want to go out?
Yeah.
Okay. You look fantastic.
I'm going to freeze.
Yeah, it is freezing. That's the only thing.
Yeah, you got some people waiting.
I think Superman can wear a Vax top.
So
Superman can make it so funny, right? Superman can wear a Vax top, okay?
Yeah.
It would be appropriate.
Well, we'll see. I'm going to try to survive. different. I mean, I am Superman after all.
You are Superman. Right, so in or out of this bus, because we got an interview
Yeah,
to do.
I gotta hop out, but I gotta go this way. Sorry, Elsa, Queen.
I've got 2 of those books.
You have.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm friends with all the authors, and when anybody in the autism community writes a book, chances are I know them.
So people are asking you questions already. So once Patrick's got himself sorted, we'll do this interview properly. We would love to hear about your wife and everything that happens. We're going
Yeah,
right
all right.
back. So we'll just wait for Patrick
Sorry,
to
guys.
be either in the bus or out, so we don't interrupt you again.
I'll sneak out this way. Don't worry.
Okay, all right. So we're good to go. Okay, off you go.
All right. Miranda, sit up so people can see you.
They can see her. This
Okay,
is
all right. Okay,
right.
wide angle.
Yeah.
There you go. As I said, I'm a single father, and Eric Mansdale, and I'm raising an 18-year-old severely autistic, severely developmentally delayed young woman named Miranda Rose. And
It's a beautiful name, Miranda Rose.
thank you. She was born perfectly neurotypical, normal baby girl.
You have a picture of her?
I do. I hope you don't mind that it's on my phone.
No, of course I don't mind.
Hope you don't mind I wear my reading glasses. A second.
I see. I know you've got
Sorry about
problems manoeuvring around.
Here, Miranda, chill out, okay? All right, this is her at birth. That's Miranda at birth. Okay.
Oh, look, she's actually smiling.
Yeah.
What a great shot.
And I've got some more here. That's her. She was very bright, wide-eyed. She was very engaged. She had none of the symptoms of autism when she was a baby. Here's another one, just absolutely perfect, gorgeous.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah. And then, okay, hold on, Miranda.
Sorry, guys, I'm holding my...
All right, okay, and then she was vaccinated. She was vaccinated in early December 1999, and she regressed a week later. She developed a very high fever.
Do you know what vaccine she had?
She had the MMR and DTaP and a couple of the other shots. She had 5 or 6 in one day. I mean, I could pull up her records and look specifically. It's been a while, but the MMR and the DTaP were the 2 main ones. And she developed a high fever. She thinks it's hilarious. Within an hour of her shots, and then held the fever for a week, and it was like 104 fever for a week solid. It just did a lot of damage. And when she came out of the fever, she was a completely different child. She lost any early speech that she had been developing. She lost. She didn't want any human contact whatsoever. And the light just went from her eyes, just a blank dead stare when she was calm. A few weeks later, she developed bowel disease, and to this day, I still struggle with bowel issues with her. And then, later on, we found measles lesions in her intestines. But what makes this story more interesting, I suppose, or
More tragic.
is in early January, her mother contracted MS, out of nowhere, and turns out Miranda shed the measles virus. She was infectious for three weeks or so after she got vaccinated, and her mother apparently was immune compromised to some degree. We know that she was loaded with mercury from her dental amalgam, so that might have been affecting her immunity. Well, so we found measles titers in her mother's spinal fluid and measles lesions all over her brain. It looked like raisin bread, and she was in a hospital for a month. For all of January 2000, her mother was in a hospital, and every year after that, she declined in health and her cognitive abilities and her mobility. So her mother today is in a nursing home, and I'm raising Miranda by myself.
And describe when you do go and visit her mother, what it's like now, how bad the situation is.
Her mother doesn't seem to realize what she's lost. It's like
Does she recognize you?
Oh, of course, yeah.
wonder.
But the thing is, when you talk to her mother for 5 minutes, you may think she's a little tweaked but somewhat normal. If you talk to her for 10 minutes, that she has cognitive and memory issues, that she starts asking the same questions over and over, kind of like an Alzheimer's patient. So her mother doesn't really have a role in her life other than occasional visitations. And so I'm raising Miranda without assistance from her family, from her mother's family, or her mother. So.
And so, what is life? What's the vaccine taken away from Miranda? What is the consequences of her vaccine?
She'll never have a life of her own choosing. She'll always be dependent on family, or, God willing, the kindness of strangers. I can never die. I have to live forever. I have to outlive my daughter. Because there's really nobody in my family that would be willing to step up for more than a short-term period. Nobody wants to commit to Miranda long-term. I mean, it's a huge burden. She's going to be with me for life because I don't trust group homes. I would only enroll her in a group home if it was absolutely necessary. And as it is in Illinois, there's like a 10-year waiting list. So I have no intention of dealing. Here, sit up, sweetheart. Of dealing with that. I'm going to keep her with me for as long as humanly possible. And but she can't do anything on her own. She can't. I mean, if you put food in front of her, she'll eat it with her hands. She can't use utensils. She has no fine motor skills. I think the extent of her fine motor skills is using her finger on an iPad. She can't dress herself without assistance. You can give her her pants, she'll pull them up. You can give her her shirt, she'll pull it on, but it might be backwards. She just she still wears pull-ups. Every attempt I make to potty train her, and believe I try to potty train her every single day of her life, it goes nowhere. It's a skill that she just seems to be unable to acquire. She has to be watched 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year, and she's a danger to herself. If I leave the back door unlocked, she'll run into the backyard. If I leave the garage door unlocked, she'll escape out into the street. And she has no knowledge of danger of cars, so she has to be watched constantly. So this is the legacy that vaccines, that the MMR in particular, has left for my family.
What do you say to the people that say you're just looking for something to blame?
My child is already injured, and it's past the statute of limitations for vaccine court, so I'm not seeking any money. I don't want money. I just want to stop this from happening to other children. So if you question my intent or my integrity, that's your issue. And I get a lot of people that will argue with me, but their children are grown and they're perfectly healthy. I mean, they're already in their late 20s, early 30s, their children, and, well, my children were vaccinated, they're fine. Well, your children probably got a lot fewer vaccines than the children in the 90s. And they tripled the pediatric vaccine schedule in 1988. But especially the children in the late 90s, like Miranda, they got a lot of mercury in their shots before they started removing mercury from the vaccines. And children today, while the severity of the autism like this may not be as common as it was in the 1990s kids, they still get a lot of aluminum in their vaccines. So there's autism is not slowed down; it's speeding up. And like Stephanie Seneff demonstrated in the movie Vaxxed, if we don't do something, in 16 years we're going to have a 1 in 2 prevalence rate, and you're not going to have a country. You're not going to have a sustainable country. America will go away. So.
And so, what's a typical day like with Miranda?
Well, I do get some in-home services through the Medicaid waiver through an agency, and so I have an in-home worker that comes into the house in the morning, helps me get Miranda up, dressed, fed, and puts her on the bus so Daddy can go to work. And
But that's been a struggle working, because that's what people don't understand who don't live with vaccine injuries. That it affects your relationship, it affects you trying to date again if you're in that state, it affects your finances. I've known you, Eric.
ask me how many girlfriends got scared away in the last 8 years. A lot.
Eric wrote an absolutely brilliant article for the Autism File magazine. Go on to autismfile.com and search for it. I can't remember what did you call it, but it had two things sitting on your shoulder.
Oh, it's called It's a Date. When to mention the A word to your date.
When to mention the A word to your date. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's one of the best articles I've ever read. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And they're asking about her sleep, how much sleep she gets.
Well, Miranda is on a fairly decent sleep schedule as long as I'm managing her gut properly. And right now her gut is pretty good. It's not cured by any means, but it's all about management for us. But when her gut is more or less healthy, she sleeps through the night. But when her bowel disease flares up, when her the yeast in her gut flares up, then nobody sleeps. And I can't tell you how many years I've gone to work on 1 to 2 hours of sleep. I did that for years, and ultimately I lost my job at 16 years because I wasn't able to work a full 8 hours. I had a long commute, and I had to be home to get Miranda off the bus. I had no choice. So my bosses, when I worked in Evanston, my bosses got tired of my 6-hour days, and they let me go. It's tough if you don't have support at home. It's really, really tough.
Have you got a job at the moment? Are you working at the moment?
I'm temping at the moment.
Is anybody out there? What are your skills, Eric?
I was an art director, and I'm a graphic designer. I do print and web design, and I also do some mobile app design.
All right, people. So if you know anyone that can send some work Eric's way, that you can get hold of Eric on Facebook, Eric Nansel. He is
well, you're touching
very
my face.
prominent.
I'm touch your face. I'm sorry, say again.
But you know what? For you, you're big writer, and your Facebook page is, or you say it the way it is. When the days are bad, you tell us.
I share my life openly with Miranda, with a network of over 3,000 Facebook friends, because I feel it's important that when people feel like they're struggling and they're alone, that there are people out there that are having the same experience as them. And how can we relate to one another if we're not open? If all I posted were pictures of us having a good time, people wouldn't be able to relate as much, and so that's why I share. And Miranda's a great kid. She has a lot of fans in the autism community, but a lot of people have told me that they appreciate that I share my life with Miranda, with my friends. I mean, the vast majority of my 3,000 autism or Facebook friends are autism parents. I might have 300 people on my list that are not connected to autism, and so sooner or later, I know everybody of any import within the autism community. And plus, I did advocacy for 10 years. I started a nonprofit back in 2003. And we filmed interviews at autism conferences, like the one we filmed with you, Polly. And we did that for many years, and we published the interviews online for free. And so that's how I got to really get involved and get all these friends. And then it just kind of grew from there. So it's kind of fun. Like wherever any city I go in the country now, I have friends that I can visit there.
Miranda, are you trying to tell Daddy to stop talking?
Yeah, I talk too much. And she talks too little. I'll give you my words.
Does Miranda have any words?
No, nothing. She used to do syllabic babbling when she was a baby before we vaccinated her. She would do da 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 do 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 ba 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 ba, things like that. She would pretend to read from a book, scanning her finger across a page. And she was showing a lot of signs of precocious intelligence. I mean, just really bright. And now, when we vaccinated her, I've got a picture of her after the week after we vaccinated her. The light has come back into her eyes since then, but the damage with the pervasive developmental disorder remains. So I don't know how much of her behavior is what you would call autistic. It's hard to tell, but
she's vaccine injured.
Yeah, vaccine injured is basically what it is. Yeah, I call it severe autism, but it's autism with severe developmental delay, and she's lucky to survive. I mean, she was lucky to have lived through her shots. That 104 fever easily could have killed her. It would have killed an adult, but children seem to handle high fevers a little bit better. They can recover, but it sure did a number on her. And
Miranda, we love you. She'd have a day off school today.
Yeah, I took her out of school today. You know what? I don't know where this hand has been, by the way.
So it's a tough life you lead now.
Yeah, absolutely, it's tough. It tests my strength every day. But I surround myself with good people. I'm always trying to cultivate a support system. I do everything I can, and really, you don't know how strong it can be until you're tested. I had a great childhood. I had every advantage growing up. My parents worked hard and provided for me and my brothers, and everything was great. And now I'm, and now it's time to be a grown-up. But I always had a dream of, a beautiful marriage, 3 kids, white picket fence, a great career. But I've not been able to focus on my career. Miranda's been my focus, so my career has suffered greatly. I'm currently unemployed, and it's been a wild ride. But this is happening to families all over, and so when people question my intent by saying she's vaccine injured, she's already injured. There's no going back. There's no changing that. I'm not out for money. I just want to stop it from happening to your kids. And if your kids are already grown, don't even bother arguing with me, because I'm not after you. I'm after new parents. I'm after young adults that are looking to have kids that need some good advice. And I'm going to share my story, and you can't stop me.
Oh, Eric, we love you. Now, you are on Periscope. You are part of the Periscope family, these people.
Yeah, I'm on Periscope.
And what comes up? What's your handle when you come up so they can recognise you?
You're kicking me. I think it's E. Nansdale, just my first initial and last name.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, I love Miranda very much, and that's why I want to be involved in advocacy. I want to continue to work with people like yourself and Andy, and to get the word out.
Eric and I have a little dream. We can't take the dream any further right now because we're still waiting for planning permission at the Autism Trust, but a long time ago we decided that if it's God's will, we would like Miranda with us. She's so vulnerable, and we don't trust many people to take care of this beautiful girl.
I got it. No, you can't have it.
So that's one of our dreams.
Can't have it.
Along with a great many other people.
She wants her nose back.
I'm glad she doesn't mind you touching her nose, because that would be Kent Bradley will be touching her nose on a regular basis.
Yeah. Well, Miranda trusts me. I mean, she probably wouldn't let strangers touch her nose, but yeah.
All right. Well, there's a lot of people praying for you. They love you.
Hi guys.
And so I've been so excited to see you. You asked Patrick, and they keep saying, Eric, I was going to see Eric. Yeah, so thank you. And thank you for all the work you've done for all of our children over the years. You really have. You've put out many videos, you've spoken out on our behalf, you've got our kids' backs the whole time.
But we're not doing enough. We have to do more. We have to do more.
But you know what? All that work that you did is coming to a head now. It's coming to a head.
It was a seed.
Yeah, you guys started it and pushed it, and others came along, and Thinking Mums and everybody else came along, and picked up the baton and it's gone around and around and around, and we're nearly there. We're nearly done. We've had enough.
Yeah, we have.
You can't. What's happened to Miranda is not okay. It is not okay.
She beats me up. I'm an abused father.
You have a
But-
fantastic relationship.
Well, she's lucky she's cute. That's all I gotta say.